good you all are here. In 2 weeks' time, the tuning exams are coming up. Um, yes, Kiyomi. What are the tuning exams? They are a they are exams that you take to see if you become a tuning or not. Thanks, brother. Thanks. You're welcome. That was sarcasm. But that is 2 weeks' time, so we will be training, but we will still be going on missions. D rank missions. Nothing else. Okay? During that time. So, for the next 2 weeks, we'll be training. Okay? But, you do not have to take the exam if you would not like to. It is a choice for you to make. Not for me. You to make. Okay? It's your call. All of you will still be training, though. You all can do it during our training time, 2 hours within the morning. And then we'll go do missions, and then return back to training ground 7 and continue our training for the rest of the day. Okay? That will start tomorrow. As of right now, you may go. Train as much as you can. Study. Do whatever it means. Good luck to all of you. That was rude. A chance to get stronger. I'll be doing it. What about you, Naruto? Yeah, I'll do it. I'm gonna do it. I already signed it. Gave it to Kakashi or Sensei. Well, Sensei. So, yeah. What about you two? Yeah, I'll do it. Might as well. I'll do it since Sasuke's doing it. Simp. What? What'd you say to me? Nothing, Pinky. I'm gonna go home. Oh, I'll meet you there. Okay. See ya. What are you planning on doing, Naruto? I don't know. Find something to eat. I need to go. Actually, do I? I don't remember. Uh, Find something to eat. See ya. Oh, it's just us two, Sasuke-kun. By soccer, I'm going home myself. What? But we could do so much. Nope. Quickly starts to walk quicker. Come on, Sasuke, we could go home together. My parents aren't home. Um, I gotta go water my chair. What? And then blasts off. Hi. Hi. How are you? I hope you all doing well. Part three? Is this part three? Yeah, for this one it would be part three. Cool. Yeah, part three. I forget a lot. I like how all my what ifs are mismatched right now. um, yeah. Next part will be part four and five to just make everything easier. That's next week though, not this week. Um, I didn't record Friday for the people who also watch my Jujutsu Kaisen what if. Uh, wasn't feeling good, like at all, at all. Um, wasn't feeling good mentally. Okay. Things happened recently in my family to where like you kind of want to worry about your family more than like YouTube. And plus, mentally, I wasn't really like motivated to record because by the time I got back, um, it was already nearly dark. So I didn't want to come out here, record for an hour or less, a little close to an hour, and then just like, yeah, I hope you get my point. Sorry if the audio is bad. Once again, it's just my voice. Uh, not really that I'm not really stuffy. It's just, I don't, I'm not really loud right now. I don't know. I noticed that in my last video, which would be my What If Deku, part three, that I wasn't, like, I was pretty low toned, monotone, mostly the audio though. I don't know why. Maybe I blew out the speaker. I doubt I did that. I don't know what I did, but I did something. I hope this is better though. Um, I'll try to speak a little louder in this one. Um, but yeah, if you have any what if suggestions or ideas or whatever you want to say, put them down below. But I will warn you, if it is a series I have yet to see, it's gonna give me a little bit. And to the people who's been asking for Subaru, which I feel like is ReZero, uh, give me some time. I've yet to start it. I'm still rewatching Fairy Tail. So yeah, and with Black Torch coming out, it's gonna take me a minute. I know there's only one episode of Black Torch out, at least I think. I have yet to watch it. Um, or the new Damons. Crap. There's a lot of things I gotta watch today. I took a break from anime to family situation. So, yeah. Anyways, um, yeah. Let me get a drink of water and then we can officially get into the video. Part one of the tuning exams is what we're doing up to the one-on-one fights within the Forest of Death. So that's where we will stop, just to warn you. And next week will be the finals of the tuning exams and the Konoha Crush. And then that will be part four, hopefully. And we might get into the time skip from Shippuden, possibly. Okay. I will say this now. I don't think I'll have anyone run away because, well, I don't think either of the characters that do run away would in this timeline. Sasuke has his family. I mean, Naruto would like to learn more, so he might go, he might not, he might get pulled away for like training with Jiraiya. Who knows what happens? But we will see next week. Anyways, you ever listen to Branzy like singing, like the Minecraft YouTuber? Bro, it's with Lifesteal World and their like music like talent show. His voice is immaculate. It's stuck in my head. I'm currently bopping. Well, rocking, if you really want to get technical. Or it's my anxiety. One of the two. Depression. Yeah. Y'all watch my What If Deku Had a Fire Quirk series? Little bit of me in him. Not like that. Okay. What I mean is like both going through something. I know everyone deals with it, at least in one point or another. Um, right. I really wanted to put that level of like 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 humanity, human within that character. Like not everyone's perfect. People have flaws. People all go through the same thing. I don't know. He's been dealing with stuff though. Go watch it, please. I might clip it. I might go put it on TikTok. I don't know though. Possibly. I might. Who knows? Or you all can. I don't care. Clip me. Clip. Do the clips. I think they're honestly genuinely hilarious. I've spent this entire time, like 10, 12 minutes on an intro. I'm screwed. Anyways, I'm gonna get a drink of water. I hate the pins and needles, like, sensation that you get from heat when you burn up. I absolutely hate it. It feels like there's something biting me, but there isn't. So, within the 2 weeks that are in between the time that we were just at, where Kakashi and Itachi explain the tuning exams to their Ginning that they are training to, well, now, has been 2 weeks. Things have changed. Team 7 has been like that mysterious team. Two mysterious people that are like not really known in Kiyome Uchiha and Naruto Uzumaki, with two quite popular kids within this year's like academy, like graduators, um, have been a little weird. Nobody really knows what these two can do, even though Kiyome is a person who went to school in a different class as the same year as well, Naruto, like Naruto's year. The thing is different class. Oh my god, if this bug does not stop, I'm gonna crash out. Right. Even though it was she's only a year older, so yeah. So, like, there's nothing. I mean, there's always a new thing happening within Konoha. Uh, right, I guess. But in the viewpoint of the other ninja, shinobi, whatever you want to call them, it would always be a little different for this year's class of Ginning. There's quite a heavy handful of well-known like clans, right? And the year before that, they had well Team Guy and multiple other people. Well, Rock Lee, Neji, Hyuga, the well Tintin. This year though would be different to say the least. A lot of the more major clans would have more kids in it. There would be two Uchihas graduating that year and have graduated. I don't know what I'm saying. All I'm trying to say, this new class is special, right? And throughout the multiple villages who would be coming to the Leaf to do this exam would take notice. The Jonin would take it like clock it a little bit sooner than the students, well the other Guinea. But there would be a lot of people staring at this, well, the Leaf Guinea, and that would be within this exam. Um, Even though Leaf would be hosting it, there would be a Leaf team that would be a little bit late, as everyone else would be caught down at the bottom, well, the like first floor, trying to get into the class, but a disguised shinobi, a Jonin, uh, who would be blocking the door, like you can't come in, whatever, just just blocking it, right, blocking the door of the like test room with quotation marks, by the way. Naruto and everybody would notice this as, oh, it's a genjutsu. Okay. Naruto would like lock eyes with the uh Genin with quotation marks around him. They would lock eyes and then just break it and walk off. Going up the floor, people would notice that, like, oh yeah, they're walking past, like, I wonder why that is. Eh, they still do. Just walkie, 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 talkie. Sakura would be fawning over Sasuke, like, Sasuke, so you're so great. Filling his head with a lot of just things, right? While Kiyome and Naruto, who would be silent, just looking, just checking places out. Sasuke would be like, "Please get off me. Thank you for telling me how great I am, but I already know that, though. But stop touching me." He'd be trying to push Sakura away, but still accepting these affirmations and being just inflated a little bit more and more. His ego would be inflated. Like, yeah, yeah, more people should be doing this, seeing that I'm the next greatest Uchiha. I'm gonna beat my brother. I'm gonna be the Hokage. I'm gonna be head of the Uchiha clan, and no one's gonna stop me. I'm gonna be the greatest Uchiha to ever be. Right? That's his entire like goal. In this, he's a little bit more cocky because of the fact that like he does get praised for like being a prodigy of sorts, while Kiyome being his older sister, now given by a year, but still, who would be kind of looked down upon. Um, well, via that she failed her graduation, her first one, which was a year ago. With like she would be in the same class as Neji, um, Tintin, and Rock Lee, who would be 14, a year older than the rest of their peers. Well, the rest of the Guinea, right? Um, she would be looked down upon, well, because of the bad grades, lack of attention in class, even though she would still be quite strong and nimble and good at just a lot of different things. She just didn't keep up her grades, like just walking out of class some points, just or not showing up to do whatever she was doing. Nobody really knows. I mean, some people do because, well, they were sent looking at for her within the village. Itachi would be the one that would know her. Like, you gotta go to school, sis. Why? They're not teaching me anything. Just stupid history, math. I'd rather do physical stuff. Screw that. Okay? I'll do my own stuff out here. I don't need their help. Right? She would kind of be that rebellious but caring like character, like a tsundere in sorts. Is like how her personality is, right? But this year being put on Team 7 with her younger brother to other people would change a lot. Mostly because, well, her older brother, Itachi, would also be the one as a co-sensei, but like an off and on, like a substitute sensei if Kakashi needed to do something, right? And that's what she would be. Like, well, what he would be, right? Anyways, it's been 22 minutes. Cool. But that's, or hasn't? I don't know. Good. Yeah, I think, yeah, it has. But that's how that, like, dynamic would be. She would be looked down baton by her, well, her father. Mikoto wouldn't really, like, bother her a lot about it. Um, just knowing, like, she could tell that her daughter is working really well, and plus, she was told by Itachi on what she's been doing instead of going to school, training on shuriken jutsu, kinjutsu, right, and just regular like ninjutsu with fire release, like fireball no jutsu, and whatever else jutsus she would learn. Well, no, would be different levels of it, but that's who she was. She didn't. I'd say she would be quite like a prodigy in the sense of like she has to see it and then she got it. Like after a couple tries, after seeing it, she could copy it down. Like, okay, okay, I got you. That's how she would be. This, what? There's a word for it. Crap. Um, I don't remember like at all. I'll put it down in the description on what word it is. Um, I can't think of it. I can't think of it at all. But either way, they would make it up to the like test room. That's when Rock Lee would arrive. Like, all right, Sasuke Uchiha, fight me. Challenging Sasuke within to a fight, which Sasuke and Rock Lee's fight would end up about the same. There's not a very big difference. Like Rock Lee's stronger, but Sasuke would hold his own, like in canon, right? Basically, same fight in canon, really. Well, same, like, it would end up being nearly exactly the same, right? Mike Guy would interrupt it right when Rock Lee would begin to take off, like not take off the, about to go into his first gate. He would interrupt it and have him apologize, like, you all can fight about this later, and when in the tuning exams. Rock Lee would fawn over Sakura like before this, so yeah, it would basically just end up as seen as canon in canon. Naruto and Kiyome would just walk up the stairs and just watch it from up there, not really care. Like they would watch, like just in case like their teammate gets kicked in the face, or if Naruto had to step in or something. Right? That would just be the case of it all. Um, right. Just like a, do we have to? Nah, it'll be fine. So they would just stand up there, just watching the fight from afar. As the fight would be interrupted, um, those two would come up. Sasuke would say, "You weren't gonna help me, Naruto?" "No, not at all. That's your fight. I'm not gonna get bothered in. He challenged you. I'm gonna honor the challenge. It's not my fault that you accepted the fight." Whatever. Let's just pass. Before they would go into the thing, uh, eventually, well, Kakashi would be up there and give them the like prep talk, and then they would head in. Um, Things with Kabuto would happen when Kiba would ask, "Hey, Naruto Uzumaki, let's see what happens." "Oh, all right." Pulling up the card, showing Naruto his like stats. At least I think. Uh, uh Kabuto. Uh, yeah, Kabuto. Um, uh, Cards. Okay, yeah, ninja info cards. I want to just make sure that I'm saying the right stuff. Okay. Other, let's just, right type of tool. Can't be burned by using chakra. Um, okay. So it shows teammates, sensei name. Does it show like, oh, the amount of missions? So it would probably, for them it would probably like be like, wasn't it in canon like 54D, like a few C rank missions and one B rank, or that maybe it turned in, or maybe an A ranked or A rank. Yeah, okay, I got it now. It would show Naruto, um, his teammates, which they were confused by. Like he has two senseis and three other teammates. That's strange, but okay. People would say, "Well, that's unfair." And then looking, I forget what else it did. I know it did like didn't it do stats? It did, right? In picture, yeah, it did stats. I think that's what those are. I'm not entirely sure, but it would show the stats of Naruto. It'd be a plain out zero on that one. Um, there nothing would be shown in that chart. There would mean like what his specialties are. Nothing, nothing there, nothing at all. The only things that it would show about Naruto is name, picture, teammates, and missions. Everything else would be blank. Besides like what country he's from. But everything else would be a blank. Which this would strange Kabuto out very much so. This has never happened before. Nothing should show blank. But missions would be quite different on Naruto's part. Um, there would be quite a few D ranks, okay? Quite a few C. There'd be 1A and 2B. What? Um, who was around him? Who was around him? I know it was Kiba's team, I think. There would be a lot of people around him, um, who would just kind of ask about him. Well, just wonder about this, really. Even Naruto's own teammates, who would also be shown up, like asked about like Sasuke and Kiyome. Just they would show what they would show in canon. Well, for Sasuke's facts. But Kiyome's would be about the same missions, exactly the same missions as her brother and Sakura, uh, and Naruto, except for the 1B and 2A. No, 2B and 1A. They would have 0A rank and 1B rank. Okay? I'll explain. I'll explain here in a minute. But after that, a lot of talking would be said, like, these cards should be correct, but they aren't. This is weird. Either way. They would just wave it off like, maybe it's just faulty. Going out through the day. Eventually, the exam would come to. Everyone would take their seats. This would be the writing exam, like just testing how smart you are if you can answer the 10 questions. Okay? Um, Naruto would be able to do pretty well just on his own. He wouldn't have the need to cheat, right? Just wouldn't have the need. Doing the first 9 questions and then flipping the thing over, waiting for the 10th question, but as he would wait, he'd start writing stuff down on the back of the paper. Just stuff would be written. But back to Naruto's 1A rank and another B rank than he should have. Well, I think the Zabza mission was either a B or A rank. Like when he showed up, it went up that much from the like regular C rank mission. I forget what it was. I'm gonna say it was B rank though, even though I think it was A rank. I'm not sure. I don't exactly remember, but either way, um, Sorry, my voice is starting to hurt where my mouth is. Let me just get a drink of water. Okay, let me explain why Naruto has an A rank and another B rank. It would mostly be, even though he wasn't officially part of these two missions, he was allowed to go on them. They were just taking a very like high-ranking person within Fire Country to another place. He was just allowed to accompany them. Okay, right? Accompany the ninja within this. Okay, that's the entire reason he has those. Um, like the A rank especially. I forget what would you call those? Reconnaissance? No. Just he was allowed to come, move, well, help, like on the mission. Just simple stuff. Um, on the B rank though, the man didn't like him that they were traveling with. Very high ranking, like merchant, and high figure in like the main fire country, like elders, right? Only in that seat because of his money. He was the finance bro, basically, is what you would really want to call him. Who doesn't really like kids and doesn't like the story of the Toad Beast as anyways. And after Danzo would just announce that to the world that, like, oh yeah, Naruto has Karama. Yeah. But the A rank would be a slightly younger woman than the older man, who would be in his like 70s, near 80s. She would be quite younger. She would be like a daughter of like one of the elders. So possibly 30, 40s ish. Uh, she really liked Naruto, well, because she really likes kids. She's always wanted a kid, but sadly, she can't have one. So, yeah, this is why she likes Naruto. And anytime he's available, or anytime she wants like moved around safely, for like a meeting or something, she always asks for, hey, can Naruto come? But right now she's like mid 40s, near early 50s, which she's still very much likes Naruto. Don't get me wrong, he's just less available now. And, well, he's only been on that one, like, A rank mission, which I'm gonna say, like, yeah, that was like a A rank instead of a B rank. So he would still, the man merchant guy would be a B rank. Like, yes, yes, very snob, like rich, typical rich guy, energy in anime to where like, kind of like the I forget his name because I hate him so much, but he kind of would act like, um, the guy who was gonna marry Darkness in Konosuba, like this very pompous, um, guy who just does terrible things, but has such a high like authority role that like it kind of gets overlooked. That's how he kind of would be. But this woman would be like, "Oh, it's a kid. I like kids." Kind of like that. Um, yeah, that's his missions and why he has an A rank and another B rank than the rest of his team. They would count as like his like a first official missions, even though he wasn't actually a Genin or in like a shinobi for the Leaf yet. But he would still be quite up there in like he's always been a shinobi via his parents. Like, so like he was like trusted, like, yeah. And plus, when in doubt, put a barrier up and then blow it up now. is his motto. Put a barrier up and then blow it up. Barrier up, blow it up. Yeah. After the written test would be done, well, the first like part of the exam would finally be done. Um, it would be finally time to do. Anko would fly through the thing, just crash. Uh, Scandalous dressed like usual. Uh, we all know who Anko is. The banner would fall like boom. It would say boom or Anko. Mitsurugi, I believe her last name is. It's like a Dongo thing, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think I am. I think I'm right on that one. At least that's what I can remember. I don't know though. Um, Either way, she would start explaining the next round and telling all of them to get with their teams and meet me at the Forest of Death. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, metal type beat. Yes, sir. Um, is what it would be. Forced to death, they would arrive. Anko would explain this part of the exam even more about the two scrolls, right? Noticing that Naruto is just not really paying attention, even though he actually is. It would be like that halfway like attention, even though he's looking over at someone and then like kind of just backing off. It would be a grass shinobi that he just doesn't have the right vibe with, right? Anko would throw the kunai, would like uh not really scratch, cut Naruto's cheek as Anko would be there like licking the blood, taking her not taking her kunai, it flew past him. Just like putting her arm around Naruto's like neck and pulling him closer and saying, just she would say the same thing she would in canon. Naruto wouldn't be like that frightened of it because he knew that like I know how to deal with this. I also know the woman, so he wasn't scared at all. Then the Grass Shinobi would give back the kunai, right? Oh God, my voice, and we have a little bit less than 20 minutes. Okay, so they would all get their one scroll, and then eventually would be at their places, and then it would begin. I hope you all could hear me. I'm going to say it again, okay? A little bit louder. And then it would begin. They would head off throughout the forest with Naruto in lead, who would be a sensory type ninja, like his parents. And he would just fly through the area. Not really, not really flying through, but you get what I mean. Then he would stop and then he would say nothing. He would just hold out his hand. The rest of his team would come to a stop behind him. As Naruto would say, "Come on, I know you want to. You want our scroll, right? But the question is, which one of us have it? So, how about you three come out and, meet us face to face?" And they would, even though that's not very shinobi-like. Let's just say, like, the main person in this team would be like, "I fight with honor." Okay? Kind of like a knight. Like, "I will." From the side of them would come this man, uh, like darker toned dressed, alongside his two other like teammates, who would also be in a similar getup, kind of like the typical like ninja like face cover, like covering their head, face paint across the eyes, arms fully covered, like uh chin guards, knee pads, like the typical like ninja all black dressed kind of is what they would look like. We are here to take your scroll. Yeah, that's kind of the premise of the whole entire test, man. And then you would hear a laugh from Kiyome, like, man, that's funny. Oh, is it now?
Yeah, lady, is it? You know what, sir? I think we know what we should do. Just like Sensei said we should. We should have fun with the ladies.
You all are right. You all just had to not disrespect us. We wouldn't have to go this far. Ready? Naruto would say, as he would turn around and like turn his head, like, I got this. Then he would turn back around and get hit by the jutsu. They would all say, fire release, triple headed dog, after doing hand signs, and then all taking the deep breath in and fireballs all at the same time. That art would be like all same size, kind of head shaped like a dog head in a similar shape, right? Like Naruto kind of would just look at it. Not huge by any means, but they aren't small. Um, like fireballs, kind of like Cerberus, like big dog, kind of just a big as a dog, like all of them would be. As Naruto would get hit, um, Kiyome would like tell him, "Watch out." As Naruto would turn around, get hit by it, he would just stand there, like like um, kind of just standing there in like that self-sacrifice, like I'll take the hit type pose, like arms out, protecting everyone else behind him. But as the smoke would clear, Naruto would say, "Wow, you all are pretty strong." Covered in smoke, and his clothes are like singed, but mostly just his like overcoat, the tan with brown stripes, and just like slightly, just well, his like actual front side would be mostly damaged, would be the most damaged, but he would still be fine. Man, that was good. Not good enough. How about y'all can have that back? As he would say that using a dragon hand seal. Am I doing it right? Okay, so boom boom. I know y'all can't even see my hands, but I'm doing it myself just because I can. Okay, yeah. As he would use the dragon hand seal, a like a seal would just start to just grow and like glow like on his body, like just would start to glow and then grow. Like the seal writing would like go from his like mid forehead over and down, like down his eyes, down his face, across the arms, down the legs, on the torso is where the main like array would be. But across his arms and legs would be also the array on of the seal. And as he would say, "Here, you can have this back," that same exact jutsu, three-headed dog, uh, fire fang is actually sounds cooler. As he would say, "You can have this back." Jutsu would fire off, hit them, they would get taken out by their own jutsu. I call that one the storage return seal. Yeah, I think you all get what it does. Oh, crap, it's not even the right seat of the scroll. Wasted time. Hey, let's get in the trees. Kiyome would rush up to him, just hold him by the face between her hands, and say, "Never again. Do you hear me?" Uh, never again what? Never do that again. Like, she would be visibly shaken by that, just scene of events. You could tell, like, oh, just like if we were like outside of like the conversation or like the visuals, it would clearly show like, oh, she was scared for me. She was scared of me dying. Oh, okay. Yeah. He would feel extremely bad for this, but it wouldn't stop him from doing it again. Like, she would nearly start to tear up when she would envelop him in a hug, pull away, wipe the tears away, and then she would say, "Yeah, let's get in the trees." They would all start tree walking up, getting up there and then traveling by the trees. Um, not fighting anyone else, but time would go on. Eventually, they would have their meeting with the grass shinobi that Naruto was like iffy about earlier, right? The one that gave Anko their kunai back. As that would happen, would get blasted away with a wind style jutsu, like all the way down. As that one up, the grass shinobi up there would start fighting that team via, well, mostly just fighting the Uchiha siblings, right? Is mostly what would happen. Okay. While Naruto would save himself landing softly and then being surrounded by two other ninja, and Naruto would say, "Well, this is not your day." I gotta go get my friends back, so sorry about this. He would, as quickly as he could, which was quicker than these two could probably like just even tell, if we're being completely honest. Within just a matter of two movements, both hands would go to Naruto's side, both grabbing two things in each hand. One shuriken and one steel ball bearing. Grabbing them and then throwing them at the two ninja beside him. As then he would then go into a boar hand seal. Boom. Get it? And they would combust and explode. Uh, Shrapnel would go everywhere in that moment. Not hitting Naruto, just going into them. Just tearing their bodies up. That would, like, pierce their bodies just straight through. Yeah. Well, I'm not holding a phony funeral for you two, so see ya. Getting back up there and saving Kiyome. from a sword uh, going into her. Naruto would hop in, uh, throw a kunai of his own, a three-pronged kunai to be exact, chucking it. It would hit the blade as a chain would wrap around. Well, not actually, no, that would not make sense. That wouldn't stop the blade. Actually, if he threw it, it hit the blade, knocked it off course, and Naruto came in, like, pew, flash in, flying. He would probably know for flying Raijin, given the amount of time he had to learn it. Just, and then kicking the guy. Kiyome would fall at that point. Sasuke would be not doing much better. Well, if it isn't. Kiyome and Sasuke would be unconscious by this point. Okay, Naruto would be holding Kiyome in his arm. Well, if it isn't the son of the fourth. This is interesting. Very interesting indeed. Quite fortunate you arrived here. Very fortunate indeed. But unfortunate for you. You're very lucky. I'm not here for you. I'm here for those two. So get out of my way. Um, and Kunai and Kiyome would switch places. Kiyome would get sent back to where Sasuke and Sakura would be. Oh, you're saving your friends. How sweet of you. Big mistake. And then Orochimaru would, already revealing himself. Their selves? Yeah, that seems better. And then Naruto and Orochimaru would fight. Um, Naruto eventually losing, but only because he got hit away to a different tree, and Orochimaru would move quicker, grabbing kicking Sakura away, who would just crash into a tree and fall down onto a limb, on that very same limb, and then Orochimaru would do his work by putting curse marks on both siblings. Now, eventually, Naruto would come back into the fight. The fight would last a little bit longer, very much close to a minute longer, until Orochimaru would hit him again, just making him go unconscious, and Orochimaru leaving. Okay. Sakura would awaken Naruto after a couple minutes of him being like stunned, not really fully unconscious, but not fully unconscious either. It's like that in and out state that he would be in. He could hear Kurama's voice again and eventually feel that chakra. The same chakra that he feels when he's truly in danger. The chakra that is warm, a helpful sense. There you go. Don't die on me. Okay? And the voice would be gone. Naruto would still say thank you within his head as he would pick up both Sasuke and Kiyome. And he would say, try to keep up. Okay. And they would rush off, high, like as fast as Sakura could to she would try her best to keep up. Naruto was like on a mission. Like he was gonna make sure that these two were gonna be okay. Looking over their bodies, which Naruto did not care. He did strip them. Like he took off Sasuke's shirt, um, like making sure all wounds are closed. He knows how to do medical stuff, not like a medical ninjutsu, but he knows how to sew up a wound, right? He would do the best he could to the open wounds that would be there. And then finally finding the seal. Not knowing the intent of it, he would leave it alone. But keeping it in his mind, um, right, to tell others about Kakashi, Itachi, the Hokage, someone. Then looking over Kiyome, uh, Sasuke would say, not Sasuke, Sakura would say, you can't do that. I'm not gonna do anything dirty, okay? Not that type of guy. Jeez. Just make sure Sasuke's fever going down, okay? I will. Thank you. Sewing up their wounds as well. Well, either bandaging them over or using thread that he could find. Mostly from his coat. He would disinfect it, okay? He would rip up his coat, putting like anything in his pockets or in his like putting anything within the coat pockets in his pouches and just ripping it up, not really caring. He has another coat just like this, made a little bit different, but it would basically be the same thing. Okay? He would just do it because this is like the only chance they have. Now, they do have medical stuff, but they did use that on Sasuke. Well, Sakura used it all because she was the one carrying it. She was not thinking in that moment to where, like, oh yeah, I probably should have saved that. Yeah, you should have. Sorry. It's fine. I just gotta disinfect this, and then we'll be good. And that's what he would do. Disinfect it with some type of peroxide, like equivalent to in the Naruto world. Using that, and then Sakura would fall asleep. The next day would come up, Naruto not sleeping at all. He, he stayed up so much studying for Funjutsu and things like that that like one night is nothing, so it didn't really matter. But either way, he would awaken, start to fix a high dense, like high carb, high fat. I think fats and carbs are the same thing. I'm not sure. High protein food. That would be relatively good. Like he isn't the best cook, but he can at least like he's good. He's not the greatest, but he can certainly do it. Making the four portions that they would need. Um, he would like he would keep the two portions for the siblings in a better way than he would for Sakura, who he would awaken within just as the sun would start to come up. Wake up. What? Get up now. Someone's here. And your food's ready. That's not, it's not the time for food. It is. You eat now. They haven't fully got here yet. Okay? They're not yet. They're not here yet. So eat that as quick as you can. Okay? I'll keep looking. Well, sensing for them. But eat that as quick as you can. I will. Did you not sleep at all? When did you wake up, actually? Didn't sleep. I had to focus on keeping their fevers down, the fire, the noises outside. I'm fine though. I can deal with it. Okay. No need to worry about me. I'm fine. Too worried about these two to even worry about myself right now. But weren't you cut up and hurt as well? My own secret. What? That's my own little secret, okay? I know what you mean, but I'll be fine. Okay? They're here. Stay quiet. Okay? Stay here. Stay quiet. I'll deal with them. Naruto would go out of the tree that they are in slowly. Kunai in hand, which I want to say this now. He would like put one inside of the like actual place. He would keep one there. Just in case like maybe they get in, he could just instantly just poof and stop them, like just in case. Either way, Naruto would be in the situation of a 3v1. The sound nin are here. What do y'all want? What? Who are you? Man. Uh, I forget their names, but the main guy, with the big arm thing, would say, "You're not the one we're here for. Shut up, Zonka." Hey. What did I do? Boss man? We both know why we are here. Kid, yes. Make sure you don't fail this time. He will be quite angry. Yes, I know. But we are only here for two things, right? Yes, I know. But still, he will be a difficult one to pass up. You two, deal with them. Right on, sir. Fine. Uh, Kin, and I believe his name's Zonka, the guy who gets his arms broken by Sasuke. Yeah, that guy. What is happening? Either way, as that would look, they would both rush at him, just ready. Actually, no, they wouldn't rush at him. They would just like take a couple steps, get their own like fighting equipment ready. Kin with her Sinbon needles, and Um, Zonka's like sound pipes. I don't know what they're actually like supposed to be, but both preparing for their own like attacks. Naruto would say, "Boom." Actually, no, he wouldn't. They would both go to attack as Naruto would stand there, and he would do a rat hand sign, and as a purple veil would go around this entire like Naruto would be in front of it. It would just go over like the not all like fully over, but through the tree onto the other side, covering um, his teammates. But these two attacks would be dodged anyways. I mean, I know you can't dodge sound, but Naruto would just back up like a couple steps, be in it. The Sinbon would just clink, fall to the ground, and the sound would reverberate, like hitting it. Isn't his thing like wind and sound? I forget. I forget. But the high pitched noise would be made. Naruto would cover his ears, still looking at them. Zonka would have this massive smile on his face. Kin would have a smug grin. Sakura would hold her ears and look outside. Naruto, with the purple veil in front of him, well, Naruto would turn back and say, "Stay in there." Well, mouth it, right? Because Sakura would be also covering her ears in this moment. As the attack would end, Naruto would jump out quickly and start doing hand seals, as he would say, "Fire release, intelligent hard work." Actually, that's not what he does. Multiple small fireballs would erupt from a giant storm of fire. Or no, that would be fired out by Naruto. Like after he'd do it, it would fly. Um, I forget. I'm gonna call him Ghetto. I don't think that's his. That I know that's not his actual name. I remember a G, but I don't remember his actual name, so I'm gonna call him Ghetto. Ghetto would say, "Move now, both of you," as he would dodge out of the way from these three massive like fireballs. As they would make contact with the ground where these three once were, they would explode into a giant firestorm. Well, I just made that harder for myself, but I know where they are, just by their chakra. So I'll just get you with. I'll blow it all away. Wind release. Great breakthrough. Taking a deep breath in, and then a massive, like gale force storm, windstorm would just shoot out, blowing away all the smoke. The shrubs that would be directly in front of this would just get ripped up and thrown away. Smoke would just disperse, dust would be gone. They would all be there, like in the air, ready to attack, as Naruto would say. Ah, joy. Going all for an attack, as Naruto would get a kunai and throw it at the gauntlet one. You know what? I'm gonna call him Gauntlet. He would throw that gauntlet right at the gauntlet, but it would fly past him because he would dodge. And then Naruto would say, "Crap." They were right in his face, and two of them have sound-based powers. And then there goes Naruto's ears. His ears would start to bleed and ring. Even though he would move after the attack with Flying Raijin, just or his like own variation, he hasn't actually learned Flying Raijin directly. Like this would be a beginning like version of it that he's not really there. Like he knows how to do it, just like he's still beginning to actually get a handle of it. That's why he doesn't use it a lot. He's still trying to get it under control. Like it's so indirect, uh, not indirect, just hard to actually like lock down. But as he would do that, switching, not switching, just instantly moving forward, grabbing the kunai again and throwing it back around at Zonka, who would just blow it out of the air. As Naruto would be basically a sitting duck in air as he would fall, eventually land, and them not doing anything. Now he can't hear. He could tell that just by the way their mouths are moving. He knows they're saying something. Well, especially the two with no mask, but the middle one he knows is saying something just by the movement of the mask. He can't tell. But that's fine. That's perfectly fine. He doesn't need it. He has his own way of fighting. He doesn't need sound. He still has his smell, taste, and sight. And his, most importantly, his chakra sense. He would dodge out of the way as, well, the man in front of him would just disperse in an explosion of sound. Gauntlet would be behind him, ready to strike again with his sound gauntlet, right? Naruto would just move out of the way. Starting doing hand signs. Lightning release. Electromagnetic murder. This wave of electricity would be shot out by Naruto. It would go wide. The small surge of lightning. This small surge but powerful stream of lightning would just start to tear up the ground in front of him. As it would, these three would jump up, but as they would do so, Naruto would look directly up at them, following their speed. As he would do so, hand seals would be made, and Naruto would say, well, not say, wind release, great breakthrough. Once again, taking a deep breath in, and the powerful gale windstorm would shoot out again, blowing all three of these more up in the air. Naruto has a plan. That plan is Plan Supernova. Even though his two other components, well, his two other members of this plan are not there, that will be fine. Creating two clones and you know the way. You know the cross hand seal. Shadow Clone no Jutsu. He would make two other clones. Only two. They would all start to do hand seals. Well, the two ones on the outside would start to do them as Naruto would grab multiple things, just multiple different, like either regular kunai wrapped with a either a multi-explosion seal or a combustion seal, or steel ball bearings and shuriken in one hand, while the two kunai would be in the other. He would throw these as fast as he could up there. They would get up there quick, as they would all start to do hand seals, while Naruto actually continuing, starting to do them now, and all at the same time. they would say two different jutsus. The two clones would say, uh, would it be Yellow Jutsu, Fireball no Jutsu, as Naruto would say, one release, great breakthrough. Not being able to hear himself, but he's done this jutsu so many times he doesn't really need to. No one needs to say it. They just do. As Naruto would do this, Plan Supernova would be made, and then Naruto would make the Boar Seal, and then all of the three sound nin would be just caught into this explosion. The two clones would just go away in mere seconds as two different attacks would hit them. Sinbon and sound like beams. As Gauntlet would get up close and hit Naruto again straight in the face with a strike, and then the Gauntlet would fire off. Sending him flying with that extra blast of just sound, wind, stuff, having him crash within a tree. That tree then would fall down. Not onto Naruto, on the opposite way from Naruto. Naruto would slowly get up. Even though he is this strong fighter with fluent jutsu under his belt and multiple powerful jutsus, there is a caveat. Even though he fights so much like his father, there is a big, big difference. Even though Naruto he didn't really get to train like against other people that much. It was only every once in a while. Even though he has his own fighting style by kicking his own by kicking and weapons. It, the thing is that this is so new. He's never had to fight anybody with sound before as their main thing. And especially with people that are so used to not being heard and being as loud as they can because their opponent can't hear them, they know how to fight this against Naruto creepily well. And we all know the reason why. They were explained on what Naruto can do from Orochimaru. They know what was probably going to happen. He was probably going to come out, fight these three by themselves. So they were prepared for that. They would also prepared for the situation that the two siblings are probably going to be up by then, have the possibility of to be up by then. But luckily for them, they're not. Sad for Naruto, but Naruto would still get up, still fight, mostly in taijutsu by this point, knowing that the rest of the things that he can do is so destructive that he has very few techniques that aren't destructive, but they are also mostly for ambushing or trap setting that they're not gonna work. Now, given if he could get to these three and put a whisper seal on them, but that wouldn't really help. So Naruto would just start that fight hand to hand with his own style of fighting, which he has yet to name. Mostly because I haven't figured out a name for it. If you have a name for his fighting style, which I'm about to explain, please put it down below. Might have to turn this video into two different parts because I did not realize how much I got over. The way Naruto would be fighting right now is using his steel ball bearings and his other two weapons by either throwing them at his feet and kicking them at his opponent, putting more speed up behind it, and up close that he would use the steel ball and kick it into the person's gut or appendage, just boom, just to put that extra oomph, right? Is how he would fight. His two kunai in hand, of like the three-pronged kunai is what he would have in hand. Getting up close, not really caring. Like he knows he's hurt. All of these, his ears are still ringing. He can barely hear. He would still fight though. Getting quite like knocking away two of them, but the gauntlet guy would be a bit much. That like this entire like his gauntlet is so just like powerful that like yeah, I don't think Naruto's gonna break that. That he would try multiple times, right? But it just wouldn't work in his favor. Um, but either way, my voice is starting to really hurt. I think I will end it soon. So either way, they would keep on fighting. Eventually, Naruto would just get the numbers would catch up. He would get hit away again, like into the seal. The seal would finally break. These attacks would whelm up over time against the barrier, and after Naruto's body would just crash into it, it would shatter. Sakura would look outside. Oh no. Naruto would roll continuously, eventually stopping, getting up, and saying, "Go." Kind of shakily breathing. Kurama. He would say this in his head. You wouldn't mind helping? No answer. Okay. Understandable. You already helped me today. Well, yesterday, but so be it. He would be able to start nearly hearing again. Like he could hear what he was saying, and he could hear Sakura behind him. He would say, Sakura, protect those two. And he would throw a shuriken, like two shuriken, four shuriken, two inside, two outside, and a barrier would go up. Naruto would say, protect those two, okay? Naruto's busted, bloody, broken, exhausted. Not really chakra exhausted, just plain out like stamina, just energy. And Naruto would start to he would start to do hand seals. For a jutsu has not yet to like really put down the work and actually practice it. So this is just a Hail Mary, to say the least. Doing hand signs, finally ending as his hand would start to just start to spark as a bluish yellow energy like lightning would just start to surround it, like up to his forearm. And as he would squeeze his hand, he would just thrust it forward. And then you could hear the static. This massive cannon like blast of lightning chakra would fire off. It would it would go, destroying a lot of things in the process. Uh, I mean, unfortunately for him, but fortunately for his opponents, they would all dodge. Well, mostly. Gauntlet would be like hit, like his entire like not Gauntlet arm, but his other arm that is like kind of like not really. I don't think he has another arm. Well, even if he doesn't have it anymore. That his left arm, if I'm not mistaken, is gone. It's gone. Like you could see the blood pouring. Okay. Naruto would fall to his knees. But then dark, ominous energy would be flowing as two figures would walk out of the barrier. Sakura would also rush out behind them and say, Sasuke, Kyumi, you can't be up right now. Ignoring them, Sasuke would walk forward as Kyome would stop, the black markings just covering her body, eyes different colors. Like Sharingan activated, she would look directly in Naruto's eyes, and then looking him up and down, staring at the ninja in front of them, and then the two Uchiha siblings would start fighting them. Defeating them quite quickly after that. Um, Zonka getting his arms broken again. Um, Kin getting knocked out very quickly by Kyome. And then both double teaming. Well, Gauntlet would run away. Like, Quickie, like, crap. Uh, Grabbing them somehow. Well, Zonka would be able to get up and run with Gauntlet's one good arm. He would grab Kin and just rush it, just book it. Um, Eventually, anger, well, this ominous energy would subside. Uh, Kyome would, well, both siblings would turn around and start walking back. Naruto, not able to move, just on his knees, looking down at the ground, arms slumped, just ringing in his ears. Nothing there. Just slightly shaky breathing. Feeling hands on him. He would look, seeing Kiyomi there. Still Sharingan activated. The black like spots would finally subside. Sharingan's like deactivated. Eventually, Inoshika Cho and Rock Lee's team would show up, seeing the destruction that was here, hopping down, start asking questions. Sakura would be the only one that could like actively do it because Naruto can't hear. His ears are bleeding. His ears are ringing. Uh, and plus he's unconscious now, so getting checked up on. Uh, yeah. Anyways, time skip. I'm running out of time. It's about to hit like 2 hours. I'm gonna just hope this does actually upload. I hope it does, dog. Even if it doesn't, I'll turn this into two separate videos, like titling it, uh, like point, like 3.5 and 3 point, like, or yeah, part 3 and then 3.5. You'll still get the video, just maybe separated into two parts. Um, yeah, I'm sorry for taking this long, but either way, the video, not video, with the help of these two other teams, the next day would eventually come around, and Naruto would finally be able to somewhat hear better than he did. way better. He can actually hear. No ringing. Um, just still kind of out of it though. Doing better. After like their first meal of the day, breakfast, they would go on. Eventually making it to the place, getting the scroll, both scrolls, and waiting for the other teams. Eventually, time would run up for the rest of the days, which I believe it was like a week or like 5. I think it was a week. I think that they were like in there for, and this would be on the third day. So for the next 4 days, some teams would come in, some won't. It won't really matter. Too many teams would pass though. So what they would do is have the semifinals. Naruto no coat on, which I'm gonna explain what he looks like again, just without the coat. Black forehead protector, long sleeve mesh under armor with a maroon shirt with the Uzumaki crest on the shoulders, with a tan jacket with brown stripes on the sides, and brown shorts with mesh under armor underneath, like on his legs as well. Um, then white bandages around his ankles and black ninja sandals. One large pouch on the back of his like waist, and the two smaller ones on separate sides of his waist. Everything there is like accurate except for like his tan coat, okay, that he did rip up to cover Kiyome's like wounds, not using the thread to like actually sew it in, okay, but using those instead of like bandages is what he would do, which Kiyome would profusely like say, "Thank you for saving me and my brother." Naruto would ask him about how they would feel, and he said he will say, "I'm going to tell someone about those seals. I don't know what they do, and I'm not willing to test out what they do. Okay, so I'm going to tell someone. You'll probably have to forfeit though." They would both like say, "No, don't tell them. We want to be in the exam. So don't tell them. We want to be here." I know you do, but your safety. Your safe. Kiyome would get in his face and hold him like by the like face. Like, your safety should be your main issue right now. Okay? You hear me? We can deal with it after this. Okay, after this entire tuning exams get over with. Okay? Oh, okay. Fine. If you're not pulling out, we're not pulling out. Okay, fine. I won't tell him. Fights would go on. Eventually, Naruto's would come up, it being Kiba. Naruto would wipe the floor with Kiba. I'm not. There's no like worth of going through it. He absolutely just destroys them. Um, just outright. Naruto would bleed blitz them. Kind of like how Minato would fight against the masked man. Um, yeah. Well, Madara, I guess. It would be like that. Using his, like, unrefined version of the Flying Raijin, throwing it, just getting there as it would go past Kiba, and just hitting him on top of the head. Well, actually putting it like a, yeah, just boom, stomping him is what Naruto would do to win that fight and to go on to the finals. Um, most fights would be as in canon. Kiyome would fight someone else though. I'm gonna say like fighting someone. I don't know who, like off camera, but Naruto, um, Sasuke, and Kiyome would go on to into the finals. Which I'm not gonna give you the final fights until then, but everything else would be in canon. Not gonna give you the final fights just yet. Okay. Um. Yeah. Thank you all for watching. This might be turned into for like 2 videos, just in case it is. Yeah, probably not an intro for the second one. Just probably straight into it. So, yeah. And you'll be the one seeing this outro, so yeah. Well, the only outro in reality. But thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I truly hope you enjoyed it. Sorry for how long it is. Probably 2 separate videos, as much as I hate saying that. Um, but thank you. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you enjoy the rest of your day, night, afternoon, evening, whenever you're watching. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Um, yeah. Roll the dice. I hope see y'all next time. Bye bye.